The light welterweight for the United States, Javier Molina, has already been eliminated. There is Ricciarno Colin of Mauritius, and he gets to face the silver medalist from the World Championships, Gennady Kovalev of Russia.
Kovalev more experience, and he's a southpaw, Bob.
Wang Jiabo of China, the referee. So, the 25-year-old Kovalev against the 21-year-old Colin. Colin beat Mike Carvalho of Brazil 15-11. Kovalev knocked off Mahmoud Tursian of China 15-8.
Kovalev had one goal starting this fight. One thought, what I want to accomplish. I would guess that it's to probably get Colin to rush in, to reach and overextend himself. He has a good idea of how to do that. Kovalev likes to go in and out, and that's what he's doing. I thought he may be looking to do that. He got Colin to reach in with a right hand and overextend himself so he could score with a left hand.
At the 2004 Olympics, Kovalev competed at 119 pounds. Now he's competing at 141. So in the 4 years, Teddy, he has moved up quite a bit in weight class as he's grown as a person.
Yeah, I think it's a smart move. You see some of the fighters, even some of the fighters on the United States boxing team and in the other countries too, they try to stay at one weight. And what they forget is they're still growing, they're still young, their body is changing. And it's difficult to stay at that weight as their body starts to change. Kovalev allowed his body to grow and went with it. Very smart.
You also don't get any boxers from the United States that are still amateurs, 25, 26, unless they got into it late and they tend to be heavyweights.
But what they do where they have a problem is, for the United States, for example, as we're talking about, their Olympic trials to make the team were a year ago, last August. So for 1 year, they've had to stay at the same weight. And some of them 18, 19, 20 years old, still growing.
Kovalev from Chelyabinsk, which is 900 miles east of Moscow, an industrial center near the Kazakhstan border to the south.
Take a look at the action from the first round. Kovalev's style is going to be a problem for Colin. And there it is. He makes Colin reach in. That's what he came in here looking to do. See if he could get the long arm Colin to reach. Colin has a tendency to get a little wide with his punches and reach a little bit. And right there you saw Kovalev making him do just that.
Say the other interesting thing about Kovalev, he's a quiet guy. When he first joined the Russian national team, coaches didn't think he had much. They didn't think he had a lot of potential. And now he's turned into a silver medalist on the world championship level.
Good things come in small packages and quiet packages.
4-2 lead for the Russian Kovalev as we start round number 2.
We've already seen Kovalev can make Colin reach. Expect him to keep doing that. And we know that he can counter with the left hand. Kovalev has shown that. I think he's looking to counter with the right hook. And he did just as I said. He hypnotizes you a little bit. Kind of like a snake charmer there. He pushes that right hand out, Kovalev, Bob. And when you're looking at it coming straight, then he loops it away from you. And he turns to hook. Reminiscent of the Klitschko brothers, who have, or both of them used to have part of the heavyweight title, and both of them were Olympians. That European style, you see it, and you used to see it years ago. Again, that extended hand, pushing, and then all of a sudden, a loop comes for the hook.
Kovalev pushes Colin away. and looks to reset. Catches him with a counter left hand, and it's 5-2 now in favor of Kovalev.
Kovalev throws a nice little left uppercut to the body. You know, and there he tries the left hand to the body. He mixes it up upstairs and downstairs. Whether it scores or not with the judges, he knows it scores with the fighter, with Colin. He knows it affects him and sets things up. And there again, good left hand for Kovalev to the body. He's smart. Little body, little head.
6-2 lead for the Russian Gennady Kovalev in the red. And he'll take that score to his corner after 2 rounds. Ricciarno Colin hails from Mauritius, which is located in the Indian Ocean, a volcanic island surrounded by coral reef. Originally settled by the Dutch. French took over in 1721. They brought slaves to the island. It was an uninhabited island. They introduced sugarcane to the Dutch, and the French took over, instituted slaves. Then Great Britain took over, and they held rule until 1968.
There must be good snorkeling there. You talk about a reef, and it sounds like beautiful waters.
It's 500 miles east of Madagascar. I didn't picture you as a snorkeler. You done some snorkeling?
Yeah, I have. I actually went with my family to Aruba some years ago, and we did do some, and it was beautiful. I mean, it's a whole different world down there. Just a colorful world and a very tranquil world. Much more tranquil than sometimes that world inside the ring there with these judges pushing these scoring pads or not pushing them.
Well, right now, Kovalev is pushing all the right buttons, Teddy. He has an 8-2 lead. He's got the perfect style. I mean, let's look at his resume. I mean, he's a European champion.
Tripped up there.
Tripped up, yeah. And he's a silver medalist once, gold medalist once in the European Championships, 2 silvers in the world, different weight classes, an Olympian who made it to the quarters in Athens. And for the 21-year-old Colin, I mean, he's in, as you like to say, he's in the deep water here in this competition.
Yeah, he's being drowned a little bit. Definitely only treading water right now. He's frustrated. I mean, Kovalev will do that to you. As he holds him behind the neck, the referee didn't say anything. Kovalev held him with the right glove behind the neck, and that's a foul. And pulled Colin into him where he couldn't move and hit him with the left uppercut. But he frustrates you. He gets you out of sync. And he bangs you downstairs, as we talked about 2 rounds ago. He doesn't only tattoo you upstairs. Every once in a while, he'll place a nice left uppercut to the body.
Oh, what a counter left hook by Colin, and he didn't get a point.
And again, Kovalev just controlling the fight. Making Colin do what he wants him to do and what he doesn't want to do. And again, Kovalev will go downstairs just to keep Colin from getting any confidence, take something out of him. Even if it doesn't score a point, he knows, like I said earlier, it scores with the fighter. It controls the fighter. It affects the fighter.
So Gennady Kovalev, who beat Chang Mamatursun of China relatively comfortably in his first bout, up 9-2 here after 3.
And there you see what Kovalev does. He makes you reach. And right now, Colin doesn't know what to do. Tripped up there a little bit with the feet. That'll happen with the southpaw and orthodox fighter. They will tangle their feet. Looked like a right hand by Colin there.
Well, and in the first replay, Teddy, we saw a right hand by Colin. But guess what? He got shut out that round. 3-0.
Not surprising with the scoring. The atrocious scoring, quite frankly, that we've seen throughout this Olympics. But not to take anything away from Kovalev in this fight. He has earned the lead.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously in a up-and-up way. But still, if you score a punch, you'd like to see it actually scored. But again, you see Colin, he doesn't know what to do with the style of Kovalev.
In Colin's first fight, he fought Mike Carvalho of Brazil, someone right in front of him, fights a similar style, and he won a 15-11 decision. This is international boxing at its highest level in a guy like Kovalev, which is it's different than boxing. It's almost not the same sport in how you score and what you need to do.
Actually, that's a pretty good way of defining it.
And when you think about the scoring, the 5 judges ringside, at least 3 of the 5 have to push a pad within a 1-second interval for a scoring blow to count. The scoring area is ridiculously restrictive of what really is a clean blow, as Kovalev lands a good straight left there. And you think about like pro boxing, there's CompuBox, for instance, and they keep track of stats during fights. They have one guy assigned to one color, one corner, and one guy assigned to the other. It's impossible to watch 2 guys and be able to press the buttons fast enough.
I agree with you 100%. And unfortunately, the proof is in the pudding, and we tasted that pudding throughout these Olympics, and it hasn't been good when we've seen the examples of fighters just not being treated fairly on the scores. And again, Kovalev just finishing it up.
You'd be hard-pressed, and I would dare any of these 5 judges sit down and watch a tape. And we showed a replay after the last round of Colin landing several right hands and lefts. How did he not get a point in any of the last 3 rounds? That's impossible, especially because he's a power puncher. Not to say that Kovalev didn't win the fight. We both agree that. But we showed replays where the guy's head's getting snapped back and straight punches to the face, and there's no point.
Welcome to Olympic.
They should be embarrassed.
Style boxing. In a system that perhaps this is the last Olympics you will see it. When they're finished being told about how we've thoroughly exposed it and trashed it.
Well, they have to answer to a higher authority. That's the IOC, as they look at each sport and say, what's going on there? Is it interesting? Is it entertaining? Is it fair? No disrespect to Gennady.